Good evening. We begin tonight with a building fire ripping through a mixed-use property in Manotick Sunday morning. 2 people are displaced and one of their pets has died. Fire investigators are now working to determine a cause. The fire happened on Manotick Main Street near Mahogany Harbour Lane. There's a building on the business on the main floor of the building and an apartment on the second floor. CTV's Natalie Van Roy reports.
Fire trucks lined the street in Manotick as crews worked to get a blaze under control Sunday morning.
When firefighters arrived, there was smoke and flames coming out of the side that's right behind me here. They made an aggressive attack, went inside with multiple hose lines and began searching the structure for any occupants.
Multiple 911 calls came in shortly before 8 a.m. The building on Manotick Main Street has a business on the main floor, an apartment on the top floor. Eva Racine lives there.
I'm devastated. I have no idea. They said it started in the kitchen, and I can't think of what could have started in the kitchen.
A terrifying morning for Racine. She came home to find the fire trucks at her building and her cat nowhere to be found.
Lucky didn't make it. I'm assuming smoke inhalation. She was in the apartment. They couldn't find her. She was hiding, I'm assuming, and they did find her finally, and they brought her out, so I can bury her now.
After the fire was under control at 11 a.m., a crew cordoned off the area.
The investigators did come to scene. It was too dangerous to go inside to try and look at what the cause may have been.
Ottawa fire officials were on scene for hours, including a crew that was keeping an eye on possible hot spots and flare-ups after the blaze was under control. The Red Cross is assisting Racine and her son with a hotel for a few days, but she's worried everything from her home sewing business is gone.
I've lived here for like 12 years. I've lived here a long time in that apartment, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find another place. They didn't get my embroidery machines. That's my way of putting food on the table.
Officials will continue to investigate what caused this fire. A damage estimate not yet available. It's also not clear what will happen next for the property.
This is an older home, so it created a lot of manual labor for the firefighters to open up walls and ceilings to get at all the pockets of fire.
Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
2 children in Trois-Rivières have been found safe and sound after an Amber Alert went out early Sunday morning. Quebec Provincial Police say the children aged 2 and 4 were found in Saint-Paulin, about 60 kilometers northwest from where they were reported missing. The Amber Alert was issued at 4:30 Sunday morning, going out to phones here in the capital as well. The children were found just before 8 a.m. Police say a 29-year-old woman has been arrested. All right, we'll take a look at what's happening weather-wise here in the capital. Live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. We're sitting at -1 degree here in Ottawa. So we are dealing with some partly cloudy skies in the overnight hours and a mix of sun and cloud to start us off on Monday. Looks like that trend will continue on into Tuesday. For the next 24 hours or so, again, mix of sun and cloud is what we're looking at. Could hit a high of 2 degrees sometime tomorrow in the capital. Again, 2 degrees sounds pretty nice right around now. Currently, again, sitting at -1 right now with partly cloudy skies. Former Ontario MPP Randy Hillier will be facing a revised criminal charge linked to the 2022 convoy protest. Hillier was charged in connection with his alleged role in the demonstrations that flooded Ottawa's downtown core for weeks. Participants spoke out against COVID vaccine mandates and the federal government. The independent MPP had faced accusations, including assaulting a peace officer, but the charges were stayed in 2024 after a judge ruled it had taken too long for the case to go to trial. But last week, an appeal judge ruled otherwise and sent the case back to Superior Court. After a 14-week hiatus, MPPs are set to return to Queen's Park on Monday for a new legislative session. One of the more controversial issues as the House gets set to return is a plan to keep the records of the Premier and Cabinet ministers under wraps, and that includes cell phone records. Opposition parties claim the Ford government is trying to avoid accountability. The Finance Minister is also set to table the provincial budget on Thursday. Now, also during the break, the government announced it would allow retail shopping on Family Day and Victoria Day, and new bring-your-own booze rules at outdoor festivals and farmers markets. Well, airfare is often top of mind when booking a trip, and especially now with rising fuel costs. But at the Ottawa Airport today, travelers say what they're paying may not match expectations. CTV's Josh Morano explains.
At the Ottawa International Airport, many are still traveling, even as costs in the airline industry rise.
We booked it a couple of weeks ago. We did most of it on points, but it was still pricey.
Tom Ertl is flying home to Fredericton and says booking closer to his trip came at a cost.
We don't do this leg often enough to really compare, but just generally flying is not for the faint of heart or for those with don't have deep pockets.
Others, however, say they're not seeing a big jump in ticket prices despite rising fuel costs, at least not yet.
Probably a concern, but we don't fly very often. We didn't really know what to expect, but it was fine, so we booked it.
Airlines, meantime, are adjusting. United Airlines announcing it's cutting 5% of scheduled flights through 2027 as higher fuel prices tied to ongoing tensions in the Middle East continue to drive up costs.
I booked that about 2 months back, this specific flight. But, with the situation currently in the Middle East specifically, it takes several iterations to finally decide on a timing.
With the price of jet fuel hovering around $175 US a barrel, there is some concern other airlines could soon follow suit. But for Ertl, that's not a concern, at least not right now.
It doesn't trouble me all that much. I've got lots of flexibility. I think the slashing of services and leg space and niggling little fees here and there for things, that's more of annoyance to me.
Josh Morano, CTV News, Ottawa.
Well, the Ottawa Charge and Montreal Victoire faced off tonight on a neutral site in Winnipeg as part of the PWHL Takeover Tour. And this game, it would be decided in overtime.
Ottawa, in comes Brianne Jenner. Ball pass to Leslie now. Oh, look here, Leslie scores!
12 seconds is all it takes in the extra frame for Ottawa's Rebecca Leslie to secure the win for the Charge, and that's her 12th goal of the season as well. The league introduced the Takeover Tour as a way to promote the game across North America, and here we see both teams posing for a photo on the ice. They do that at the end of every Takeover game. The Charge now move on to Seattle next Sunday, and that's for an afternoon tilt against the Torrent.
It really pushes me to go above and beyond.
After the break, thousands of dancers gathering in Gatineau over the weekend for Hit the Floor, Canada's largest dance competition. A new immersive virtual reality gaming experience will be opening on Rideau Street in the former home of Steve's Music. Signs for Another World VR have been installed at 308 Rideau Street. Now it's unclear of when the business will open its doors. Steve Music store closed last year after 42 years in business at that location. All right, we'll take another look at what's happening for our weather here in the capital. Extended look at your forecast, if you will. A live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Still hanging out at -1 degree here in the capital. Through our satellite radar, again, we have some cloud cover that'll be sticking with us for the better part of the next couple of days, but it doesn't seem like we'll be having much snow or any snow to deal with. -9 our overnight low here for the Ottawa area for some cloud cover, looking at -8 in Cornwall, -6 for Brockville, -5 for Kingston, -4 for Trenton. We've got -10 for both Kittigan-Zibi as well as Pembroke. -10 as well in the Maniwaki area, -9 for both Petawawa and Gatineau. Kemptville, they're sitting at -6 for the overnight lows, as well as -5 for the Montreal area. As for tomorrow's highs, we'll be looking at 2 degrees here for Ottawa. Same thing right along the Seaway, except for Trenton. They're looking at 3 degrees, 0 for Bancroft, and for Pembroke, 2 degrees up in Kittigan-Zibi as well. 2 for Gatineau and Kemptville, 0 for both Petawawa and Maniwaki. Actually, will include Montreal there. They're looking at 0 as well, +1 for the Mont-Tremblant area. Now, as we head toward the 7-day forecast, Monday and Tuesday look like carbon copies of each other, +2, mix of sun and cloud for both those days. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have a chance of some flurries and some snow to deal with. Then on Friday, look at that. We've got some sunshine rolling out. And then toward next weekend, we could see some more flurries again. So for this week, looks like we've got a big mixed bag in for us here in the Ottawa area. Well, thousands of dancers competed over the weekend in Gatineau at the largest dance competition in Canada as it took over the Hilton Laklimi Convention Centre. CTV's Kimberly Johnson reports.
Passion, creativity, and precise footwork.
It's a really big deal. The talent is incredible here.
It feels so good. I cried.
3,000 dancers from Quebec and Ontario landing in Gatineau for the Hit the Floor dance competition. Over the course of 5 days, more than 1,000 routines are performed on the stage in the Hilton Lac Leamy Convention Centre.
It really pushes me to go above and beyond.
At which Tiagen, who has been practicing her routine for months, is for the first time competing solo.
I would like to do this as a career later on, so that is such a big opportunity for me to be able to dance and do comp and push myself above and beyond.
It's the first of 3 Hit the Floor competitions, which run in 3 cities from March until May. Organizers say that makes it the largest multi-style dance competition in the country. Hip-hop, ballet, and contemporary dance, by novice all the way to elite dancers.
You always have to put in the most amount of work to give your best chances, but you can never go in there with any expectation because you just know that you're going to be surrounded with such incredible talent.
Organizers say it's expected to bring in more than a $7.8 million boost to Gatineau.
27,000 spectators who come to visit us this weekend. It's really amazing.
Judges looking for technique, choreography, performance, and passion.
I think a passionate performer cannot contain their passion within their body, and so then there's a really clear reason of why you're dancing, why you need to be sharing it.
Dancers bringing just that.
Oh, I feel amazing. I wasn't expecting it, so it's like I feel accomplished right now.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News, Gatineau.
We know that physical activity is a really important part of supporting brain and mental health.
All right, after the break, walking for a cause. Nearly 100 people take to the streets to raise money for a local charity. We'll have those details next. Health Canada has announced a recall for the Vivor retractable baby gate, sold in the colors black, gray, and white, warning that they pose an entrapment hazard. Now, the recall notice says that the gates can allow a child's torso to fit through the opening between the item and the floor, posing a serious injury risk. Now, none have been reported in Canada, but customers are advised to stop using the items immediately and to seek a refund. Well, nearly 100 runners, joggers, and walkers took off from Carleton University Sunday morning for the 8th annual Brain Freeze fundraiser in support of those struggling with addiction. CTV's Camille Wilson reports.
Runners and walkers took off at Carleton University Sunday morning for the Brain Freeze fundraiser, supporting brain and mental health. Nicholas Schmidt is an avid runner and couldn't say no to supporting a good cause.
I think everyone has their own things that they deal with, so yeah, it's very relatable.
The 8th annual winter run drawing in around 90 participants for a 5K walk or run and 10K run.
A big part of brain health is mental health. We are interested in how the brain controls feeding and metabolism. And we know that physical activity is a really important part of supporting brain and mental health. It's about going outside for even a walk or a run to feel better.
We're long-term runners, long-time runners, long-distance runners.
This year, running for Serenity Renewal for Families, a local Ottawa charity.
Supporting individuals and families affected directly and indirectly by addictions. So just the awareness, and people that are running and walking today, they may know family members, other family friends who are affected by addictions, and then they can call and access our services as well.
Nick raced, but he's selecting a prize for his fiancée.
And for Schmidt, there's a greater meaning behind his run.
My partner's a social worker, and she actually refers people sometimes to this charity, Serenity Renewal.
The run raising more than $5,300 for Serenity Renewal for Families age 5 to 17 program.
Strengthening families.
For Kate Chappell, it's all about giving back.
Serenity Renewal has really helped my family. We went through the BABES program and the Strengthening Families program as a family together, and it really benefited us by creating a sense of community and just helped us through a rough time.
And even though Schmidt was just running for the cause, he placed first.
It was good. It's fun. I wanted to make it a point, push myself, see what I could do today.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
All right, still to come, we'll have more from a Montreal University workshop giving young women a first-hand look at engineering and pursuing a career in STEM.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm, you lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Every star was infected by its neighbor except one.
Why?
We don't know. Which is why.
Well, this weekend's #1 movie soared higher than expected at the box office. Project Hail Mary blasted off with $80.6 million US across North America. Now, the movie starring Ryan Gosling scored the biggest box office debut of 2026 so far. It's also the best opening ever for Amazon MGM Studios. Well, a group of high school students got a taste of life as an engineer over the weekend at Concordia University. Now, the workshop that's geared for young women is trying to inspire the next generation of women in STEM. CTV Sweeta Rassi has more.
It's a combination of two. These teenage girls are thinking like engineers, working on circuit boards and using their problem-solving skills, and following in the footsteps of the women before them.
During this workshop, we learned that during World War II, men had to go to war, so then women were the ones who were making circuits and stuff like that.
STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, is still a male-dominated field. But 17-year-old Sarah Jane Bonfin says that doesn't intimidate her.
But it gives me a bit more of a courage, I think, to prove them wrong and show them that it's not just for men, and I'm going to show you that I can really excel in this field.
16-year-old Jerry Eunice agrees.
Okay, there's more male in this field, but it also started with women. So if you can do it, I can also do it. So, yeah.
And that's exactly why Women in Engineering at Concordia University is holding this event. The student-run organization is giving girls aged 12 to 17 a front row seat to STEM, hoping to spark their interest. Elisa Moscato, who is a member of the group, has first-hand experience.
I'm in mechanical engineering, and depending on the classes, sometimes we're like 5 girls out of a class of 100 students.
Most of the workshops are run by university students who not too long ago were in high school, trying to figure out their career path.
Because they're younger, so they can definitely relate to us more, and also they're going through the program, so they can definitely explain how it is.
For 15-year-old Isabella Spagnuolo, the message is simple.
If you believe you can do it, and if you have the talent to do it, then go for it.
No matter who you are. Sweeta Rassi, CTV News.
All right, up next, we'll take one more look at the forecast, plus details on the cat that was stuck in this tree for days in Orleans and how the community rallied to rescue it.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, we'll take a look at your wake-up weather and a little peek at the forecast as well. -3 is what we're waking up to. Some cloudy conditions that'll be sticking with us for pretty much Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday, that is. +2 degrees will be the high for both of those days. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we could see some flurries rolling in. -1 your high on Wednesday, and then +1 on Thursday. Looks like we'll be hovering around the 0 point for the better part of the week. All right, well, there were some scary moments for a stranded orange cat stuck in a tree in Orleans over the weekend, but an arborist from across the city climbed up about 80 feet to save the day. Arborist Tyler Sir sent us this video of his rescue efforts. Now, on Saturday, a Reddit user posted a photo showing the feline high in a tree on Teal Crescent, asking if anyone could bring the cat down. Now, users say that the cat had actually been stuck in the tree since Thursday. Now, despite Saturday being his day off, Sir's, a certified arborist from Canada, jumped into action. And with the help of Ottawa fire crews, the cat was rescued, safely. Good job there. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Sunday, March the 22nd. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app anytime. For all of us here at CTV News, thanks for watching. Have a great week.